2 is completed. What we're going to do is remove all of the additional product before we go in with our tint. So the whole perm process is done now. It doesn't matter if you move the hairs into any different directions. We just want to make sure that we get all of the cream and the chemicals off the skin before we go in with any additional chemicals. So the tint is a chemical also. And because we've done a perm, it's going to take less time for the colour, the tint to take action. So I'll brush the hairs more or less in the direction that my client will like. And it's really important to go through the different styles that your client likes, because she might like a style that you don't like and vice versa. But she's your client and you give her what she wants. So I'm just brushing through and then I'm going to apply my tint. So the tint will stain the skin also, as well as staying in the hair. So you want to make sure that you stretch the skin to get really straight lines. Anything that goes outside of the body of the brow, you make sure you clean that off. Again, the length of time that the tint takes now is completely reduced. So if you're used to waiting 10 minutes for an eyebrow tint to take, it's going to take 3 minutes now, because we've opened up the cuticle of the hair with the permanent process, and the colour process is going to be lots quicker, very much quicker. I'm pushing it into the skin. I'm not too worried about going onto the skin at the moment. I just want to get the product on, and then I'm going to clean up and sharpen my lines. So again, stretch the skin and clean off anywhere you don't want tint to be. If you stretch the skin, it gives you a straighter line to work with. So you'll have sharper edges. Pull the skin back. I like to use angled brushes so they can get nice sharp lines also. And be careful, because this hair is up here doesn't mean that we want to tint onto the skin up there as well, because otherwise it will leave a tint shadow that the client might not like, and it's really hard to get rid of it in the first couple of days. Again, push the product into the skin and into the hair, making sure you get the roots, and then clean up. You can already see that this is oxidized, starting to get darker. By the time I've removed this side and nourished these brows will be due, the tint will be due to come off also. So before we can use step 3, because it's an oil, I'll have to do some waxing. So what I'll do is I'll remove the tint with a dry cotton pad, and then I'll follow with a damp cotton pad, not a wet cotton pad, a damp one. I don't want to ruin the chemical processing, so I'll use a dry cotton pad first, take off the heavy tint, and then this damp cotton pad, it's been wet, but it's been wrung out just to stop the tinting process. Leave this for a couple more seconds.